Okay guys, so today I'm going to be going over digital detox. Of course, I'm going to be going over why you should do it, what to do, and my personal experience. So let's get right into it. Okay, so real quick, the reason why you should have a digital detox is because, first of all, it's your dopamine levels, and it helps your attention span, and just overall, your space mentally. Okay, your dopamine levels. So when you're constantly, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all these types of social media, right? You're feeding so much dopamine to your brain because when you're on TikTok, right, it's like a gamble. You don't know what you're gonna get next. You don't know what's gonna happen next. So you just want to hit it. You want to go boom, 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 boom. Content, content, content. Consume, consume, consume. And maybe you don't think that, oh, this isn't doing enough damage, but subconsciously it is, because that dopamine, it's giving you cheap dopamine. Okay, it's kind of like when you eat fast food, like it's cheap, it's easy, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to work anything, there's no nutrition in it, it's quick dopamine. Kind of similar, this might be a little graphic, but when it kind of comes to like I guess a sort of pleasure, if you know, right? That's quick dopamine. It makes your brain go so high intense because you're getting this feeling of accomplishment without actually accomplishing anything. So you're able to reach a big peak without really having to do anything, right? So that's kind of how, social media works, because you're feeling complete, you're feeling this dopamine, you're feeling like you're doing something without actually doing anything, making your dopamine peak. And when it does peak, it crashes. So that's why you constantly find yourself on TikTok. You constantly find yourself doom scrolling, doing all these things, these unnecessary actions, these un-IPA stuff. And you find yourself stuck in the same hole every single time because it's frying your dopamine, making you want to consume more. And then your attention span, when it comes to focus, hold on, my bad. But when it comes to your focus, like, how are you going to be able to focus on anything if you can't even focus on a 30-second to 1 minute video? You could barely focus on a 15-second minute video if you keep feeding yourself, this content. Sometimes it is good, I'm not even gonna lie. Social media, I've used it for networking, but I actually use it to my advantage, not my disadvantage. A lot of the times, you guys use these social media, these platforms, and they're disadvantages to you because they're taken away from your time, and time is very valuable. Those are the reasons why you should dopamine detox, which goes into social media detox, because it's basically the same thing. Dopamine detox, yeah, you're just doing less things that give you dopamine, like not eating food, not, like masturbation, things like that. My bad, a little sensory, but things like that. Doom scrolling, high dopamine activities that give you so much peak in dopamine without you doing anything. Those are the reasons why you should not do this. Like, get on a dopamine detox, get on a detox from social media, because if you really don't, you're just gonna keep frying your brain in a real way. Alright, so let's get into how to unfry your brain. Now, kind of how you like unfry your brain and take away from this dopamine detox and take away like all of this, is kind of, you have to be conscious about it. I know I say that a lot, but that's really all it really is to it when it comes to anything, any skill, anything you're trying to accomplish, anything you're trying to do. As long as you're able to be conscious, understand what you're doing, understand why you're doing it, then you start moving that needle. You start doing more like productive stuff and stop wasting your time. Now, when it really does come down to it, I just recommend like turning off your phone and, deleting social media and taking time apart from it and reading books, doing things that are actually going to help you out. Because if you focus so much on, okay, how can I limit this, or how can I do this, no, just take it away all completely. Take it all away. Go cold turkey. A lot of people say don't go cold turkey, but if you go cold turkey on everything, then that'll really show you what type of man you are, what type of person you are. Am I able to handle this? Or am I going to let this little phone, this little screen, these little things control my life? So kind of my recommendations are, 1, be conscious when it comes to it. Delete everything and go cold turkey when it comes to it. because all those three things are going to show you what type of person you are, the type of man who you are. And if you're trying to become better, then you have to take the actions to get better. So stop doing things that limited you, like wasting your time on social media. Now, let's get into my personal experience. So, I will admit, I was addicted to social media, and I was addicted to doom scrolling on TikTok, you know. I was an average kid once. Well, 50-50, you know. I was always conscious and aware of, damn, I'm wasting time, but I would still get probed into it. I would still get deep into this. Why? Because social media is designed to fry your brain. It's designed to give you the most amount of dopamine. So you could just be lazy and doom scroll and spend your whole time on there. They make money off of you being on the app. So kind of how I looked at it, I'm like, okay, with all this time I spend on social media, all this time I spend wasting, like, what can I really be doing? I could be improving. I could be reading. I could be doing so much more. So I stepped into that state, you know, of realization, observation. I was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, why am I letting my time slip by from this phone? I'm gonna fix it again. And then what also comes to the dopamine levels, I was realizing what it was doing to my brain. It was feeding me so much dopamine to the point when I would get off of TikTok, I would get off of this, and my head would start to hurt because all that dopamine was in my head, and now I took it away. And going cold turkey did help me. I deleted everything, deleted TikTok, Instagram, and just had YouTube to learn. And that really did help me for a while. Yeah, eventually I got it back so I could, you know, start doing more things, so I could start networking, so I could start talking to people. But now I just use it as an advantage instead of a disadvantage. Oh, also that switch. Look, social media could either be an advantage or a disadvantage, but you have to pick. Well, that's kind of really it when it comes into my personal experience. Just stepping into that state of awareness of what you're doing, of the time that you're wasting. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys. Have a good one.